I don't remember ever not knowing a Charlie Rangel.
Charles Rangel will tell you that when he became a big shot, he moved up from 132nd Street to 135th Street.
He spent his whole career fighting for justice, in the halls of Congress across this nation. But he was always a son of Harlem.
He loves his Harlem community. He loves this state. And most of all, he loves this country.
He always remembered where he came from. He always had that down-to-earth sense of fun and humility and caring for other people.
He represented his district with enthusiasm, passion, and dignity, earning the nickname the Lion of Lenox Avenue.
The Lion of Lenox Avenue.
Lion of Lenox Avenue.
The Lion of Lenox Avenue.
The Lion of Lenox Avenue.
Could you describe your childhood to me in Harlem, and what was it like growing up?
I can and I will, but it will be as though you are interviewing two different people. I was raised in an environment that, unfortunately, education was not a priority. I did not know anyone that had gone to a college. At that time, in 1948, President Truman declared the draft. And so I joined for 1 year.
The invasion of the Republic of Korea was a direct challenge to the principles of the United Nations.
In June of 1950, we got an announcement that our division was going to go to Korea. As soon as we landed, and I saw the bodies of dead soldiers, especially soldiers that looked like me, I knew then that this was going to be war. The Chinese had completely surrounded us for fear that General MacArthur was going to cross the Yellow River into Manchuria. It was a nightmare in which I received a lot of medals. I was shot and left for dead, and I survived. And I haven't had a bad day since. When I got back to the United States and went to seek employment, and one thing I'd forgotten was I was still a black kid and a high school dropout. And I went to the VA and I said, I don't know what I need, but I need some help. They gave me an aptitude test and said that I should be an undertaker or electrician. And all I could say is, here we go again. After raising enough hell, a guy named John Beccatoris, who was in charge, says, just what the hell do you want? And so I just said I wanted to be a lawyer. I had no idea that you had to go to school that long. And that was really the turning point in my whole life.
We say he is a graduate of UCLA, and that is the University of the corner of Lenox Avenue.
Alma, she has been a true partner, and it's totally unbelievable how she learned about politics without me giving her a lesson. And she took many of the rough edges off of me so that I could talk to people and they would understand.
Mr. Rangel, eating a hot dog, walking the streets, you look like a man who's still campaigning.
His becoming congressman was really a fluke. He will tell you that, and did never expect to win. He expected the next day he would be back at work.
A lot of people lost money in this election.
I won the election by just 500 votes more than Adam Powell. And I would always say, and I say today, Adam Powell beat Adam Powell.
One of the big criticisms against Adam Clayton Powell was that he didn't really represent Harlem, that he spent his time elsewhere. What are you going to do in that respect?
Spend my time in Harlem and in Washington.
There were 9 black members of Congress. Adam Powell was so big, no one even knew there were 9 members there.
Just as surely as you're proud to be white, we're proud to be black. Black is beautiful, baby.
There was no road when Charlie first got elected. It was still filled with sticks and ditches.
They didn't have a lot of members, and that's why they formed a caucus.
Congressman Rangel was one of the founding members of the Congressional Black Caucus.
I shared with them what we had been able to do in New York State by sticking together for things that we truly believed in, and we had exploded our legislative power beyond one to the group.
Charles Rangel is one of the last surviving founders of the group. Rangel, Shirley Chisholm, Charles Diggs, and the other original members quickly met resistance when former President Nixon refused to meet with them.
It was abundantly clear that he did not intend to meet. We then said that we will not attend the State of the Union message.
After boycotting Nixon's address, they finally got the meeting, putting the CBC on the map and opening the halls of power.
Charles Rangel paved the way for individuals like me and the 58 members of the Congressional Black Caucus that exist today.
I believe that there's a responsibility for all of us to have a little Martin Luther King in us, to have a little bit of I'm ready to fight for what is the right thing.
When you think about the injustices that were taking place internationally, like apartheid in South Africa, it was Charlie Rangel who fought to end apartheid.
Nobody was concerned about Africa. And so I was able to get attached to a bill with Ronald Reagan's support. The fact that if you were in business in South Africa, you could not deduct any taxes that you paid to the racist government of South Africa. It contributed toward Nelson Mandela becoming president. The people want someone that loves them, loves their family, that can take care of them, and has a record of doing that. And this is too serious to send an amateur to Washington. We got work to do in Washington, and we're going to do it.
Ways and Means is the most powerful committee, and just to be a member of it is important. He became the chair of Ways and Means. That meant to Black people across America, they were very proud.
I was able to pass more laws than any member of Congress on Ways and Means.
Charlie always fought for the low-income housing tax credit because he knew that the people of his community and the people of the country needed housing.
He looked at the budget to make sure that all of the things that we needed to continue to climb the ladder of success was included in budget. And the respect on both sides. You gotta remember, Congressman Rangel had respect of Republicans.
Every time he spoke in Congress, our eyes would just light up. He's for equity, he's for advantage, for the disadvantaged, and he's for the growth of America and the American ideal.
Once I got elected, I said the first thing I got to do is I got to work with this man because he's going to bring so much to the table. And we started working on this particular project, which is with City College, and it's the Charles B. Rangel Institute for Transportation and Infrastructure.
Adriano Esbiod made it clear that he didn't want to be just a new congressman, that he wanted continuity for our constituents, because for the most part, it's what are you doing, not who did you beat or who did you succeed. And we thought it was in our community's best interest to work on this issue.
He has done so much to improve the lives of our people in New York. And that's why Congressman Rangel has always understood the importance of improving the state's infrastructure. Because like me, he believes that infrastructure isn't just about building roads and bridges or improving public transit. It's about building connections.
The Charles B. Rangel infrastructure program here at City is so important for our community. When I was growing up, for me, an African American to be respected was to be a teacher, a postman, or work on the railroad as a Pullman porter. But now, the infrastructure program will speak to the evolution of what America is going to be.
To have him walking the halls of Shepherd Hall, our most historic building, an example to our students, an indication of what they can aspire to, what they can be. It cements, in some ways, our identity as an institution that's committed to upward mobility.
Charlie has climbed the ladder, and he is now preparing and making sure that the doors will never close, but will be open forever.
He's talking about the education of young people, of teaching them what is available out there, what they can do, and actually paving a way to show them, you can learn this, here it is, we're giving you this, and this is something that can lead to a financial windfall for you.
Most people have a local vision, but his vision was, this could be the model for the rest of the country.
I'm just so excited that this is just beginning and that this train's not leaving this time without us. The only thing that made me different was the GI Bill, because I went to Korea. And the GI Bill opened up opportunities for me. What am I to do with those opportunities except to help people? That's been my whole life, helping people.
Congressman Rangel, thank you so much for everything you've done, not just for Harlem, but for the rest of the district and the Harlems of the world.
If you're not around greatness, it's going to be very hard for you to become great. And Charlie Rangel has allowed me to be around him, and that's truly greatness, and I thank you so much.
Congressman Rangel, I thank you for what you put into me, what you poured into me, to make me the person that I am today.
We all owe Congressman Rangel a debt of gratitude for his lifelong commitment to pushing the state and our country forward.
He has led an incredible and extraordinary life, and I am so honored to call him a mentor and a friend. God bless you, Charlie.
Charlie, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything you've done on behalf of Harlem, on behalf of New York City, and on behalf of our nation. And thank you for what you've done for Chuck Schumer.
He's a great friend, a great legislator, and a great American whose shoulders we stand on. Thank you, Charles B. Rangel.
As a New Yorker, I'm thankful to him for being a representative from New York and letting people see how great New York City is.
My brother, my confidant, we are grateful for your life and for those that you have touched. Most of all, for us in Harlem. Thank you for representing us so well.
Congressman Rangel, it has been the honor of my life to work with you on this project. I want to thank you for everything you're doing for City College, for the community around City College, and everything you've done for our nation. Thank you.
I'm 91, and I ain't thinking about having a bad day now.